a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough. I wanna live right now. Baby, I'm as young as the night. I wanna dance right now. On the floor, I feel so alive. Don't stop, turn it up. 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 Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We're going hard. Pour some more into my cup. Sparkling star. Crystal glitter all over. Get
Listen, baby, we are on the SheEO Center stage. So welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your girl, A-Love. I am super excited because y'all know every single Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, baby, SheEO Center stage is here. We are live and we are bringing you some amazing, phenomenal ladies who are out here in these streets doing their thing, making a difference, impacting and influencing people back and forth, left and right, up and down, all over the globe. And I'm just excited that I have the opportunity to be here to share them with you. So if you're tuning in now, make sure you like the broadcast, share the broadcast, and tag somebody. Let them know, baby, come on in this thing, because tonight's guest, I'm telling you, she's absolutely phenomenal. I've already had the opportunity to chat with her backstage, so I already know you all are in for a treat. And if you saw my post earlier, I said we're going to get some gems. So if you're looking for gems in business, if you're looking for that wisdom, that information, experience, knowledge, tips, tools, and strategies that can help you, tonight's broadcast is going to be the one you need to tap into. So make sure you tell me hello. Let me know who you are, where you're from. I want to see you all in the place to be, which is here on the SheEO Center stage. So I'm not going to hold you long. I want to go ahead and jump into my guest for tonight. It's none other than KRIS LLOYD. Baby, listen, I tell you, I'm getting ready to read you her bio, but she is such an amazing lady. She's an actress, a writer, an executive producer, an MC, a host, an event planner, a coach, a consultant, and more. Did you hear that, baby? Yes, she is over here doing her thing. Her credits include the lead role as Dr. Augusta Weber in Traces of Indignity, as seen on Amazon Prime, Tubi, Peacock, Fubu TV, and other outlets, and also Red Kool-Aid, currently playing on Amazon Prime. Her other credits include national Super Bowl commercials. She's been a model for national digital and print, including billboard ads for the Partners in Health, which is the Level Up campaign, and Wind Creek Casino, just to name a few. She also MCs key productions and events for Hyundai Motor Company, Hyundai Motor America, Sharp Love Productions, Tennessee State University, Keep Productions, and more. Listen, the bio is strong. You should have heard something in there that lets you know this lady is a powerhouse. She's as an actor, writer, executive producer, MC, and host. KRIS is driven by her ability to resonate with her audiences and making their experience memorable. I love the fact that she is doing multiple things, but not only is she doing it, she's doing it well. And so when you look at it and break it down, I'm telling you, it's nuggets all day, every day in her bio, in her life. And I'm super excited to bring her to the stage. Again, as I said, we are on SheEO Center stage. If you are just tuning in, make sure you go ahead and tag somebody, because I have none other than KRIS LLOYD. KRIS, how are you?
What's up, A-Love? How are you, darling? I'm doing well, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm super excited to have you here because, baby, I don't know if they caught it. I think they caught a little piece in the bio when I said Tennessee State University, but that's that alma mater, honey. When you was out here showing out here being the head majorette, out here making a difference, baby. Listen, the people know your name from all over TSU, all up and through Nashville. So shout out your people, honey, because I'm sure they are tuned in tonight to see you.
Yes, shout out to Tennessee State, go Big Blue, to my girls, all my girls, People Life, Fee, Gracie. It's 8 of us. We've been best friends since we were at Tennessee State. Karen, Riri, Jermaine, Nikki, you name it. Debbie Howard, who's fabulous. Grant Winrow, who is my guy. They always are so wonderful in inviting me to host events and host programs. Katrina Kerr, I actually hosted the National Alumni Elections last year.
Okay.
And it was a lot of fun. It was well organized. We do things right at Tennessee State University. Go Tigers. And so yes to the Big Blue and the Tigers and the football team. They're doing well this year. So that's a great thing. And we just finished homecoming. So you already know how it goes down at Tennessee State's homecoming. You've got those schools that claim they have the best classic and they have that. They can have that. But there's nothing like a Tennessee State homecoming. I've taken folks to homecoming with me, and they said they never felt indifferent or out of place, that TSU folks know how to make you feel at home. So I am a proud Tiger. Do you hear me?
A proud Tiger. Did you hear that? I love it. I love it. We just came back from Taste Urban, which is a big exhibitor event where people come in and they bring their products and services, and you can come in and you can get a taste and experience Black excellence in business. And it was HBCU night last Wednesday. So I'm loving that you went to an HBCU, that you really made a difference. But I'm just thinking, as I read your bio, I'm thinking, baby, you must have been the Olivia Pope from TSU, because baby, there's nothing on here that sounds like, to me, out of everything that I read, baby, if they need anything done, they are coming to you. Like, you are at the top of the Rolodex of, baby, if I need something done, let me call KRIS LLOYD. She's gonna make it happen.
It's so funny that you say that, because my little brother, who was also a Tennessee State graduate, he always calls me Olivia Pope. He always swears, you get it done, sis. And he's so proud. But I come from a family of Tennessee State Tigers. So, I mean, I bleed blue. Like I said, my whole family, Tennessee State. We won last year. My cousin Larissa hosts a wonderful tailgate. If you ever come out there, they won the tailgate of the homecoming last year. And girl, at our tailgate, or their tailgate, we have white beans that's cooked with smoked turkey necks and peach cobbler. You name, okay, it's a down home homecoming tailgate party, and we get it in. And the beautiful thing about it is, my family is so sweet that no matter who passes by, they just welcome people in, and it's just a beautiful thing. So yeah, but yes, Olivia Pope, I'll take that. Plus,
I would take that. And you know what? It's a Tennessee thing, though. I'm from Tennessee, and Tennessee people just have a natural tendency to just make you feel at home. They want you to be comfortable. They want you to eat good. They want you to enjoy yourself. They want you to just feel good whenever you're around them. So I love that you have that energy and that presence. And one thing I think that does, because we talked a little bit behind stage about how you are, when I say Olivia Pope, it's like the connector. You are taking all of your resources and you're helping people get connected all over the place, and making really some powerful strategic connections that last for a long time. So can we talk about that a little bit? Because I think it's so powerful to meet somebody who loves to make sure that people connect in the right way.
Well, I think that, we all have our gifts. We are all blessed with some special gift that we can take and use, and heaven forbid you have those gifts and you don't use them. Like, I posted a poem about the dash in between the date you were born and the date you die, and there's that dash. What did you do with your dash? Did you serve God? Did you follow his will, his word, whatever he wanted you to do? Did you feel it? Did you know it in your gut that you needed to be doing it? Well, when you know that what you're doing, it gives you energy and it just comes easy for you. So as far as one of my gifts is, I'm very resourceful, like very resourceful. And here in our community in the wonderful city of Montgomery, Alabama, I think people know that about me. I get phone calls every day, all the time. KRIS,
Okay.
can you help? You're in the corporate world. Can you help my son get a job? Or can you help me with sponsorship? Can you help me write my grant letter? Can you help me? Can you connect? And here's the thing. People will ask you if they're, they'll ask you to do things. And oftentimes people will say, yeah, sure, call this person or call that person. But for me, I don't believe in the handoff. I
Mm,
believe in calling the person and then putting all those hands together so
yeah.
that I make sure that the connection is made and that whatever needs to get done gets done. And if not, they'll call me back and we'll try again. You know what I'm saying? You just keep
Mm-hmm.
trying to make it happen. And I hope that people know that about me. If they don't, then here's this. Here you are. You know now. You can call me. I'm going to help. And I may not be successful every single time, but I know I'm doing God's will. I know because it gives me energy and it gives me peace. So I don't mind
Mm.
at all. So call on me. I'm going to do what I can to make it happen.
I love that. But you said peace. I don't think we think of peace like you think of peace, but you don't make sure that you have peace. A lot of times we out on these streets doing things and you stressed out, you're overwhelmed. Anxiety has become one of the top words that people use all the time now. And so we get away from peace. But I love that you incorporate that in how you move and how you show up. Because it's
Yeah.
important, like it's necessary as you go through life to have peace about what you do.
Yeah. And then as far as the anxiety goes, I guess you can take that anxiety and if you're in tune with God and have that covenant with God, you can take that anxiety and recognize it for what it is,
Huh?
but you can take that energy and change it into something positive. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to claim anxiety. I want to claim this is something that's overcoming me because it's something that I need to be doing to propel and to move forward. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we may have to take something to calm us down. And TD Jake said the best. He said, you know what? I don't care what it is you got to do. If it's something's going to make you better, make you feel better, whatever, go ahead and take it so you can get back in balance. And the first thing to do, though, I really think, Angela, is like when you done prayed and you prayed up and you wake up, the first thing you do is talk to God before you touch that phone, hit social media. That anxiety is hard to beat God. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat God. You can't beat his giving. You can't beat it. I am who I am because of my family. I was taught well and I know better. So I thank God that I'm able to come that adversity, overcome it, and then possibly help others.
I love that, to really have the faith, to really have the belief, to really tap in to what God is doing in our life. And as you do, it says the blessing of the Lord maketh rich and add no sorrow to you. So when you know that, that means that your decision should come with peace. It should come with something that makes you know that if it's a struggle, if it requires me to get out of character, if it has me all over the place, then baby, maybe that ain't it. And I need to rethink that thing. And I need to go back and get on my knees and say, God, and my friend Terry that's with us on the Empowered Morning Show, she got said, Holy Spirit, help. Maybe I need to ask the Holy Spirit to help me make the right decision so that
Yes.
I'm not all over the place. Because if there's no sorrow to be added, then if I'm stressed out and overwhelmed and it's causing me a lot of pain or trauma or drama, then that ain't what God got for me. It's not. I don't care how it's packaged up, and people may have you thinking that, oh girl, you're gonna be making, X number of dollars if you do this. Or girl, that man is fine. You better go on and get with him. If it creates a problem on a level to where it causes you stress, to where you can't sleep, you can't eat, and you always all over the place, that ain't it. I don't
Yeah,
believe
it's
God do that
it's
for
yeah, I mean it's distractions. You know what I'm saying? It's those distractions that you know better. You know a distraction when you see it.
us.
So the peace comes with the clarity. When you have clarity on things, then you're on the right track. I mean, if you're being distracted or you know that that's energy. And that energy don't matter. In fact, that kind of energy that comes with distraction, it feels gross, it feels nasty, and you know it and you feel it. And oftentimes folks will still fall into that.
Mm-hmm.
They'll still fall into that, but you have to know, like, pray for clarity, pray for peace, and all of that will come. But yeah, those distractions, baby, stay away from them, baby. Beware.
Baby, look, put up the deuces and be like, baby, listen, I'm up out of here because I can't be bothered with distractions because we got things to do. And I love it because for somebody like you who has so many hats that you wear, you have to be, I'm sure, very organized and detailed and just sure of the moves that you're making because people come to you to solve a lot of problems. Because if you're Olivia Pope, baby, they come to you because you're solving the problems. So out of, and this may be an unfair question, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Out of all of the things that you do, what do you like the most?
Anytime I have like, uh, uh, Kelly will tell you, I fought this interview tonight. Like social media freaks me out. Going live freaks me out. It just really freaks me out. And it's like, whatever, Chris. No, that's so true. And people know that about me. So I think what gives me power though is, first of all, when I can help somebody else be better.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, it's something about that stage, baby. Give me a stage, a microphone, and an audience, and me knowing what I'm up there for, and
Mm-hmm.
me knowing that it's not me. God guides my tongue, my words, my moves, my emotions. Even at one time when I was speaking, I felt off the stage. You know what I'm saying? It happened. Didn't
Mm-hmm.
take myself seriously. What I did was just rolled a little bit, and I got up and I told the audience that I did that on purpose. But it gives me energy. And so as far as small talk, I don't like it per se, but I do like to get up in front of an audience and give them something to take back and take away with them. And I do coaching for other people so that they can do the same and be successful in speaking publicly and being confident, because confidence is so important. You know, I see a lot of youngsters like, you know, when they speak, or maybe the fresh out of high school athletes that are being interviewed by cameras on their first level of their college career, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then, you know, I'm like, I want to help that person. I want to get with this kid so that when they get to the next level, they can present themselves with confidence and maybe get some contracts and things like that. So that's
Yeah.
important to me. But I think my favorite thing is probably, I think I love acting. Don't get me wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
it's the confidence piece. Don't doubt yourself. It is definitely teaching people to be confident. And it's so funny because I'm the first person to second guess myself. And I have a coach. I'm gonna put a little plug for her. Her name is Pamela Ricardo. Look her up. She's one of the best coaches out there. And you know, she's like, it's so funny how you doubt yourself a lot, but you are able to teach confidence in other people. But again, that's another gift from God. And that's a gift that I'm not afraid to give of myself for free or however. So yeah, it's a little bit of everything for me. I'm so blessed, you know, just to be able to walk up and comfortably talk to people. Those are gifts. Everybody can't do that.
A gift. It is. That is so true. And you know what? I'm gonna put a plug in here because again, you know, I told y'all we just got on here and we started talking in the back office, and I'm just like, wait a minute, I need to say some of this good stuff for when the audience comes so they can hear it. So I want you to share because Chris, what I believe is that a lot of times when you're good at what you do, it comes so natural and so easy, but there are other people who struggle with it. And public speaking is one of those things. A lot of people struggle with public speaking. But one thing that you do is when you start your assignments, whether you're hosting or emceeing or doing different things, you take it a step further. You don't just show up and then it's just it and give it to them. You do a little bit more. So behind on the backstage, we talked about you going to an event where you were hosting and it was 200 men there. And I want you to share with them one of the things you did that was an icebreaker that was kind of over and beyond because everybody's not doing that. I'm telling you, just to be honest, everybody's not doing what you put upon yourself to do.
Well, anytime you are hosting an event or emceeing an event, you always have to do your homework. You always have to know that as that host or MC, you are responsible for crowd control. You are responsible for filling in the gaps when the people behind are behind the stage are running behind. You have to make sure everybody's happy, everybody's feeling good, just everything is right. That is your job. But when it's your time and it's show time for you, you know, you can do your homework enough to where you can bring something different to the table that another host may not. Now, I told you earlier that like the corporate person of me is Krista Hawkins. And the actress IMDb is KRIS LLOYD. So those are two different people. And I don't really mix the two unless asked. And here's the thing. One of my affirmations I wrote down was, I will be known, my name will be known internationally, right? It was number 4. I posted it, I think it was number 4. And just one day I was called, my corporate job called upstairs and said, you've been selected to host this first ever supplier awards, and it's global, you know, all over the world, just like every Hyundai supply, whatever, all over the world. It's the first ever awards that was held right here in Montgomery, Alabama. It was fabulous. I was just so honored and so blessed. And I'm sitting at the table. They have the meeting. The front seat is, the main seat is held for me. And there was Koreans all around the table. And they was like, Krista, we're going to talk Korean and we're going to talk English to you. Well, they gave me the script. And of course, the script had to be translated. So me and my coworker, Ashley, and my VP, Robert, we translated the script. And so I knew what I wanted to do. I know that the Koreans, a lot of them, they really, like, have you ever seen a Korean flight attendant? They are just like polished and red lip, the scarf, the pencil dress and all that. So I knew that. And so I took that into account. So I made sure that that's what my outfit was for that day. Now, I had seen my script a million times over. And of course, when I first came out, it was 200 men in that room. There was cameras everywhere. And I didn't freak out. But like I said, I stayed prayed up. 200 men from all over the world in that room. And they were from all different countries, from India, from China, from Spain, from everywhere. And in my script, we had rehearsed a couple of times that week. And I was smart enough because I didn't want to give it away what my plan was. But I would just say, good afternoon. My name is Krista Hawkins. I work for blah, blah, blah. And so I rehearsed every time up until the moment to start. But now it's go time. They're like, Krista, let's go. So it counted down. It was time for me to start. And so instead of sticking to the basic good afternoon, I had done my homework. I knew what countries were represented in that office. I mean, in that event, in that venue for the event. And so I had studied everybody's language on how to say hello in their native language.
Wow.
So I get up, I say, good afternoon, annyeonghaseyo, dorejeng, buenas, all of that. I said it all. I can't remember it all now. Right. But I said it all just like that. You can see the smiles on their faces. So it's like, oh, but it's about connecting with the audience, right? Mm-hmm. And then so at the end, I was like, and if you're from Montgomery, Alabama, I said, hey, y'all. And then they all started clapping. So that's when you get them right there in the beginning, coming out of the gate. That's when you get them. And that's what happened. And it was a successful event. And I went back and I looked at affirmation number 4 and it said I will be known internationally, but they wanted my business card and everything. So this went global all over the world. And I'm so grateful and thankful to my company for the opportunity, and just to God for hearing, and the universe for hearing what my desires were. And it just happened just like that. It's crazy.
But you know, it's so many nuggets in there that I want people to tap into, because at the end of the day, for SheEO Center Stage, one of the biggest things is bringing people like yourself on here. Not necessarily for people to definitely hear who you are and what you're doing, because again, if you're the best kept secret, then that's not really serving the bigger audience, right? But at the same time, understanding little things that can take you from being ordinary to being extraordinary. And that's what you do. What you said so far is enough that if I was to say, baby, let's shut this thing down, they got enough to marinate on to help them in their business and in your, whatever your dream job or your dream career or whatever that is. Do your homework. Take the time out to do something that sets you apart. Those things are priceless. You can't pay somebody to do what you did. Even at the, hey, y'all, at the end, that's so endearing. And that makes people, it breaks the ice. It makes them comfortable. It makes them want to be present, because now I'm seeing a whole different level of what I expected, because, you know, I thought it was going to be long and drawn out and boring or whatever the case may be, or it's going to be a lot of detail and I'm just not here for it. You can change the atmosphere, and that's what you did. You shifted the atmosphere. And from that point on, I'm sure that made them have an amazing event simply because you took the time out to do what nobody else really does. So,
And yeah, that's what it's about, the icebreakers. But you know what? A long time ago, I worked for Foot Locker for a while. And at Foot Locker, if you're an employee, you go in the bathroom. Every time you close the door in the bathroom, there's a sign that says, when the customer gets home, will he or she remember your name? So
okay.
for those of you out there, always make sure that they remember your name, and make sure that when they walk away from you, that it's a good feeling, that they felt good energy, because nobody wants bad energy. But make sure they know your name and make sure they feel good, right?
I love that. And you know what? It speaks to why Starbucks and Chick-fil-A are so successful, because they take the time out to make sure that people understand the connection that you have, the interaction that you have with somebody can make or break whatever it is you're trying to do. If I have a good experience, then I'm likely to tell somebody else.
Yes.
I'm likely to come back.
Yes.
I'm likely to spend more money.
Yes.
That is things that you need to know from basic one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
People remember, was it Maya Angelou that said, not what you said or did, but how you made them feel.
Yes.
How you make somebody feel. And honey, KRIS LLOYD, baby. So let me go on and let you have your opportunity to shine by yourself. I wanted you to talk about how you got your start in acting. So I'm gonna hop off of here for a second, let you go ahead and share a little something, then we'll come back and I want to talk about something else after that.
Okay, good deal. All right, so y'all, yes, I am KRIS LLOYD. I started acting, maybe seriously acting, about 12 years ago. And as I mentioned earlier about Miss Cheyenne Kreisberg, one of my closest friends, she was just amazing to give me a start or a platform to be in front of the stage. And after that night, my confidence went way up. So I finally got the nerve to go get a headshot. And I went to the amazing Frank Carnaggio in Birmingham, and he did an amazing headshot. But came back, and there's a friend of mine named Christopher Brandmaker Thomas. You should follow him. He's amazing as well. He said he wanted me to meet somebody, and it was a young lady named Renee Williams. And I was like, okay. So we did meet an event, but then he reached out to me again. And this is what I'm talking about. He didn't hand me off. KRIS actually made sure the connection was made. And that's his Brandmaker Thomas. That's what he did. So I found out, or he let me know, that there was going to be a workshop and some auditions were going to happen. And I was like, oh, I want to audition. So I got there. My nerves was up because this was the first time that I was actually auditioning. I had some jobs before then, but they were kind of handed to me. And I guess those, I do know those were blessings for God, because they were given to me, like First Community Bank, Adams Drugs, and all those. But this one, there were seasoned actors and actresses in the room. And I was told to audition for one of the daughters in her film called Traces of Indignity. And so I read the script, and it was my first time doing like a cold read for like a director and her assistants and all that. So I was really, really nervous, but I was just so excited that finally I got up the nerve to go and do what God had been kind of like nudging me to do. Everything was just one step at a time, getting me closer to this moment. Everything. Once I, like now, when I think back about it, that was just God setting me up for the next move. And that's what he does for us. He sets us up for the next move. If you're paying attention, if you're in tune with yourself and in tune with God, then you'll know it. You'll automatically know it. So I went into the room, and there was the director and some of her other folks in the room. And so I did read for the daughter, y'all. I wasn't feeling it. I sucked. I was so mad at myself. And then I knew this isn't for me. And even when you get cast, those casting, they know who they want and what they're looking for, and how do they want the person to look or whatever. So went back out, and so the other actors were going in and out and auditioning. And at this point, I was feeling a little bummed, but I had actually read the sides to myself for the lead role, which was Dr. Weber. And again, the film is called Traces of Indignity. Now, what I did know in advance was a very prominent actress had been kind of cast for that role. So, but still, I was like, you know what? I'm feeling this role so much. I'm gonna go back here and ask him, can I read for Dr. Weber? Now, let me say this. As far as I know, now other actors will make so different. I learned early on that you're not supposed to do that. Like this is your sides. Go read for this. This is what we want you to audition for, and that's that. But Chris Lloyd was like, you know what I prayed about. So when I knocked on the door and I was like, excuse me. And of course, Renee, the writer, producer, director of Traces of Indignity, she said, yes, can I help you? And these folks are always very straight faced and all that. And so I said, I was wondering if you guys would allow me to read the sides for Dr. Weber. Now, I was in a coaching session with Clifton Powell, and he said that he would do that kind of stuff all the time, but that was after the fact. So they were like, sure, come on in. If you want to, you can come and read for Dr. Weber all you want to. We're about done. It's the end of the day. We've already cast for Dr. Weber, but sure, go for it. I don't know. I just know it was the God in me, because that read was one of the easiest reads for me to get in that character in the just the spur of the moment. I hadn't seen the script but a time or two. And so I read, and then the director, writer, producer, she looked at the people beside her and she was like, wait a minute. How can we make her look old enough to play Dr. Weber? And then so she just waved it off and she was like, well, it doesn't matter because we've already cast for this role. So it was cool. I felt good just because, first of all, I got up the nerve and got over my, my just nervousness to just even go in and be bold enough to ask. Well, if you know how the acting world goes, after a few days or whatever, most times if you don't hear from them, you probably didn't get the job. So I didn't think anything of it. I was just proud of myself for just really having the confidence to go in there and just give it a shot. And plus, I knew I did not get the role of the daughter because that read sucked real bad. However, I was at my apartment in, I think a week or 2 weeks later, I'm just scrolling through my phone and looking at my email, and there was an email from the director, and it said, congratulations, you have been selected to play the role of Dr. Augusta Weber. Y'all, baby, I was jumping up and down on the couch. I was by myself. It was such a moment that I wish somebody was there, but hung up the phone, called everybody. Y'all, it was crazy. And then look at the connection. Like, Christopher Brandmaker Thomas made that connection, and here we go. Like, I got cast in the for the role, and we went into filming. It initially started as a short film, but the director, she had shown me that she had put something in her Bible years ago that she would direct a film that would get national distribution. So we filmed the movie. It took us a while to get it done, but we were all great actors and actresses. So we got it done. And y'all, just as she wrote it down and made the vision clear, Maverick picked up the movie, and after that it went on Amazon Prime. It's on Peacock. It's everywhere. And again, I play the role as Dr. Augusta Weber. It's a wonderful film. It's a great plot. It'll surprise you at the end. It's still on every platform. You guys should go and check it out. And and another thing about me being resourceful, I am very well connected in the community. So the director, Renee Williams, she needed like different locations. And even she said she needed an airplane. And I was like, I can get you an airplane. And then she needed this. And I was like, I can do that. And she's like, for real? I was like, yeah. So after that and me gaining her trust, I was booking locations and people and the different actors, and also the extras. Like I worked at Job Corps, so there was lots of people over there, and I cast the extras and did all of that till finally at the end, Renee was like, Chris, I just want to let you know I'm going to name you as my executive producer. I was like, what is a producer? And at this point, I didn't know. But when she broke it down to me and explained that to me, I knew it wasn't anything but God, because y'all, this came easy to me. Like this is what, that's when you know what you should be doing, or that thing is what you should be doing, because it comes easy to you. It gives you energy. And that's how you know. So that happened like that. Again, the movie is Traces of Indignity. If you haven't watched it, please go and watch it. It's really an excellent film. And I just finished working with RBJ Entertainment, Rob Brown Jr. He's in Virginia. We just finished a really funny movie called Red Kool-Aid, where I played Apollonia. Anyway, that was kind of corny. But yeah, and then the next film up that he has is called Double Blended. We're going to start filming in December of this year. And last but not least, I know it's almost time for us to wrap up, but I have coaching. So I'm excited about the confidence coaching, because I've been coaching some executives as of late. And but one more, this is the big one. This weekend in Atlanta, October 28th on Saturday night, I am emceeing and hosting one of the best fashion shows ever. It is Retro Redefined by Sharp Love Productions. I have been one of the hosts for the last 3-4 years. It's an amazing show. And if you're in Atlanta, I would love to meet you guys. Come out and party with me. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have after party. We're going to have a red carpet. We're going to be retro. And I'm excited because I got a lot of cute outfits. So yeah, Angela.
You said, baby, come out and see the fashion show and make sure you see me, because my outfit's going to be fly, baby, just in case you didn't know. I love it. I love it. Double Blended in December. The things you've already worked on. You come in contact with so many people when you know you're doing your acting. Who has inspired you?
Who has inspired me? So many. My mom is, I'm going to tell this, and this is really the non-win of the Miss Black Tennessee pageant was due to the fact, sometimes we can spend so much time on certain things when we forget to really, really focus on the bigger things.
Mm-hmm.
The question of the night was, who is the most influential person in your life and why? And I have practiced so much on my talent and winning the gown competition and all that, that I had not really focused on the questions. And believe it or not, to this day, me talking about it right now makes me sad, because I kind of froze on the question. But when I tell you, my mother goes for all the mess, whatever I'm doing, whatever she's down for. But my mom is one of 15 children. All of them are still not alive, but every one of my aunts and uncles, they support everything I do.
Wow.
But my daughter, who is Dr. Brianna Hawkins, this girl here is on fire. Like, she's a doctor. She's about to open a shoe store and she doesn't know it. But sometimes it's so crazy how that's my daughter, but I could call her with something and she will break it down. But she has this covenant with God that's unbelievable. And I know she's been in the church with Dr. Terry Ellison all her life, and she just absorbs it all, but then she takes it and she applies it. So I'm inspired by all that, but most of all, I'm inspired by all the folks that are out there right now busting their butts, doing their thing, and I see it on my timeline, and I'm just so proud for each and every one, and it inspires me, and it's the reason why I'm here right now. And like I said, my coach, Pamela Ricardo, I can't thank her enough. My website, about to launch that, but the coaching and all that, I owe all that to her. Even the coach needs a coach. Even the coach needs a coach. And this girl, she is bad. And I'm just so blessed. And yeah. And in some things, I don't even know how I overcame them, but I'm okay. And I know God's got me. Yeah.
Such a powerful testimony. So much in there. Like I said, I love it. Just from the beginning, even to now. Just the way you acknowledge God, just the way that you recognize being blessed, the way that you celebrate other people and you want to see them win. That to me is why your life is the way that it is, because God honors that, as you do what you do to give him the glory. And one thing we talked about backstage was love KRIS LLOYD. I want you to share with them what that's about.
Okay, so gone are the times of writing letters. I mean, nobody writes letters anymore. And anybody on my timeline, they already know. If I say Lumi, they don't have to ask, what is that? What does it mean? Because they already know. Lumi means love, you mean it. But I am a love. I just love love. You know what I'm saying? And I'll write a letter. I want to write a note. I want to leave a note for you or whatever. But I always sign it. And you know how we used to sign our stuff? It would be love, comma,
Mhm.
Angela. But
Yes.
mine is love, comma, KRIS Lloyd, because everything that I do, I hope it's like in the form of a letter, that it's sweet and it's kind and it's gentle and it's love, KRIS Lloyd.
That's such an inspiration, because it resonates from your pores. It's hard to meet people who are genuine in person. And, people, a lot of people, probably like myself, really getting to know you tonight for the first time, but understanding and seeing the energy that comes from you, seeing that you genuinely love KRIS Lloyd. That's a beautiful way to, be able to want to communicate, because people go through so much. And I think sometimes we miss out on the fact that a hug goes a long way. Saying I love you goes a long way. Being
Way.
able to see somebody, because people sometimes just need to be seen and heard, and we go through a lot, and you just want somebody to be there, and you seem like that person. But let's go back and talk about it, because again, we are on the SheEO Center stage. We are talking about women in business, women who are out here being influencers and making an impact. How important is visibility to what you do?
How important? Repeat that. I'm sorry.
How important is having visibility
Oh,
to your different?
to what I do.
Yes.
Um, in order for me to be successful, I do need a lot of visibility. And but still, sometimes, like I told you earlier, I'm kind of an introverted extrovert, and folks don't. You even said, like, I don't believe that, but sometimes I'll shy away from things, just like the show today. I fought with it all day, and Kelly said, I'm gonna come to Montgomery and whoop your butt if you don't stop. But that energy, it's fight or flight. Like at 7:50, I got on, it's fight or flight. You get your butt on here, you do it, you take that energy and turn it into something positive. And before, when I used to get on the stage and speak, I used to get nervous every time. But my coach told me, the first time you get so comfortable about all of this, that's probably when you're going to start to suck. So
Mhm.
the visibility, it's very important. And then not, because I don't mind being behind the scenes. I like to make people, when I'm interviewing somebody, I want to make you look good, feel good, that bring that energy about. That first show that I did for Miss Kreisberg, one of the pastors walked in that show, and he wouldn't be a guy that would dance. But the next morning he called me, he said, Miss Chris, he said, girl, you had me about to start dancing on the stage. My words were so floetic or poetic, but I did my
Mhm.
homework. I basically knew that 10-page script by heart, but I did that because I wanted to focus on the individual, on the talent, and not on myself. So yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I just hope that, you said visibility. I'm about to launch my website. So I don't worry about it too much, because I know what God has for me. It's for me. And like I said, things just come. And I got something coming up next week. And I was like, it's just God. It's that my mother-in-law, Miss Marsh, she said, that's just Jesus, girl. That's just Jesus.
Come on, that's just Jesus.
That's just Jesus. So yeah, it's
Yes.
just crazy that I am where I am. And another thing is, y'all, some people might say, you just too nice for your own good, if people don't deserve your kindness. No, let me tell you something. I'm not going to dumb myself down or change myself just because someone else is ugly or just because someone else is nasty. I remember one day I was talking to one of my friends, and then somebody came by and they said something to me, and my girlfriend, she looked at me. She said, do you realize they were being mean to you? I said, I don't. She's like, that's all right, because I'm going to get them for you. I said, you go right on ahead, because the minute I start recognizing and noticing that ugliness, that hate, that bad energy is the minute it's going to start soaking into me and
Mm.
my being. And I don't want to feel that. So I'd rather not. Go ahead, get them back, get the lick back. I'd rather just sit here and pray and ask God to help me be able to forgive and move on, because I played hurt before. you know,
Yeah.
and I've been knocked down. I've gotten back up. So why go and hurt the next man just because they hurt me? It makes no sense. What do I stand to gain? You know?
Yeah, and I love it. I just love who you are and what you're representing tonight, because I think that so many times society has you thinking that, you know, eye for an eye and girl child, you know, don't get them before they get you, and you know, all the other things like that. But when you stay true to who you are, when you know who you belong to, you don't have to do that, because trust and believe, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So you know he's going to be able to do way more than you can even wrap your brain around trying to make happen for somebody else. So the more that you can just be like, Lord, you know what? It's really not even about me. Because a lot of times we take
Right.
on things and we think it's about us. And a lot of times people ain't even really thinking about you. You just happen to be the person that's right there that they can take it out on. But a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times it's not even about you. And we take on things and we get into our spirit. And once it gets in there, it's really hard to release that. When you start being a mean girl, or when you start, you know, acting crazy, those things don't tend to make you better. It actually takes away from who you are.
Yeah.
So
And
with
you
that being said, I
well,
need
let
y'all
me say this real quick, Angela. Let me say
go
this real
ahead.
quick. That person that you might be nasty to or ugly to, what if that person was actually Jesus? What if that person was actually God? You gotta look at that. Look at it as simple as that. What if that person is actually Jesus that you just did that to, that you were nasty to and mean to, and what if that person was actually him? You know, shame on it all. And I know it's old school, but baby, on a good day, I lay it in on and say, WWJD, what would Jesus
What
do?
would Jesus do?
It's old school, but WWJD all day long.
Mm, baby, listen, you have dropped. Like I said, baby, you done came out the gate with the gems being dropped. And people may say, well, it's not really about business, but at the end of the day, when you treat people right, when you show up well, when you do your homework, those are things that build your character. But also, as you build your character, you're building your business. So let me just go on and say, if you don't know, this again is SheEO Center Stage. We have an opportunity to give you a spotlight to showcase who you are, what you do, how you do it. Let people know how they can get in contact with you so that they can know what it means to be in business with you or to support you, whatever that looks like. If you want to be on SheEO Center Stage, go to the SheEODistrict.com and reserve your broadcast. I want to be on here with you on a Monday night so that you can drop gems like KRIS, baby. Because listen, we want y'all to be saying love, comma, whoever you are, to your people that support you and encourage you and help you to build your business. But make sure you go to the SheEO Center Stage so that you can be a part of this platform, because we're out here making a difference.
Yeah.
In addition to that, the Win Network. If you haven't heard about it, listen, we are on Facebook, YouTube. We are out here bringing empowered content to let people know that, again, like KRIS said, you don't have to be nasty and ugly. Get out here and to be a part of the We Empower Nation and really get empowered. Bring something about your day. Have some power about yourself to where you're making decisions that are in line with who God called you to be. I want you all to follow us at We Empower Nation. And not only that, tap into us in the mornings for the Empowered Morning Show, because listen, we are here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. But listen, we are plugging you in to some good stuff in the morning to help you start your day off right. The Fab Five, baby, we get together and we have a good time, but we also talk about God and how He empowers us to be the best version of ourselves. And then after that, oh honey, if you don't know, you better find out. Reverend Pat comes on at 7:30 and she is bringing that morning devotional, that motivation as well, to help you to live your life better, because that's what it's all about. We can't be here and get worse. We want to get better. We want to have better lives. We want to enjoy the life that we have. We want to live, not just exist, right? And so get on here so she can share some things with you to help you be better. But then also, I need y'all to connect to the SheEO District. I need you to be part of the organization, part of the sisterhood. Go to the SheEODistrict.com, find out what it's all about. the 4 layers are health, business, wealth, and social. Understand that you can be the SheEO plus CEO of all of these areas in your life. And when you get a tribe, when you connect to a sisterhood, when you find out that Kelly A. Bowens is out here in these streets making this thing happen and bringing women together so that we can be positive and encouraging, so that we can motivate you and disrupt mediocrity. That's what it's all about. It's time to disrupt some things and show up and be powerful in your own right. We're not playing small anymore, honey. It's time to show up, boss up, and be the CEO in your life. Outside of that, I also want to tell you guys that if y'all don't know about being part of SheEO, it's the events, honey. I mean, we're getting all this education about business and we're doing all that, but in July of 2024, SheEO is going for the Unplugged Meetup, which is going to be in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So y'all already know SheEO does it, and when they do it well. So let me let y'all see a little bit behind the scenes of what's going to happen in Fort Lauderdale.
Good morning, I'm Zainab from Marriott Harbor Beach. We would like to welcome the SheEO District Unplugged to this wonderful beach, and in June 2024 we'll see you here.
So you heard it here first, honey. And Thursday is going live. Go to the SheEODistrict.com and go ahead and reserve your spot for July 2024 and unplug with the SheEO District. Listen, KRIS, it has been such a pleasure to have you on here tonight. I love all the gems that you dropped. I love the things that you're doing, the impact that you're making. I love that you have successfully mastered the different areas of your life, whether it's Krista Hawkins or whether it's KRIS LLOYD. Either way, we see you out here making a big difference. How can people get in contact with you?
Well, they can follow me on Facebook, which is KRIS LLOYD. Instagram is Love KRIS LLOYD. My email is gmail.com. And then my website, which is soon to launch, thelovekrisloyd.com. So you can pretty find me anywhere under KRIS LLOYD. And hopefully you remember that, because I said something about remembering my name, but always make sure people remember your name. A-Love.
Yes, baby. The loves is up in the house, honey.
The
Yes,
love's in the
love is
house.
flowing. I love it. I love it. And I am again, want you to have opportunity to kind of give everybody, you know, a parting word or something of encouragement that will help them to remember KRIS LLOYD.
My parting word would be, like I said, 12 years ago. So I would say, whatever that is in your gut that's nudging and nagging at you, don't ignore it. You got to trust that, because you got to be so in tune with God that you know when he's talking to you. And when you know that you got to move, baby. You've got to move. So with that said, follow your dreams, make that dash count. When you die, that dash in the middle is representative of all those years that you were here on this earth. And heaven forbid No one leaves here without knowing what their purpose was or what God meant for them to be doing here on this earth. So love yourselves, love your neighbor, and make a difference. And when someone walks away from you, make sure they feel good.
Boom, you heard that. In your sha-na-na, baby, in your gut, you need to know, honey, what that thing is. Be so in tune with God that you hear his voice wherever you go, so that you know you're going on the right path. So as I said, tonight, we had the amazing KRIS LLOYD. Next week, stay tuned, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our next guest that's coming on. Get ready. Let me see who it's going to be. Yes. Oh, Miss Bird is going to be in the house. Okay. Over at SheEO Cares. Oh, I'm super excited to have her on here. So y'all make sure you tune in. Go ahead and mark your calendar so you won't forget. We're going to be back at SheEO Center Stage. That's October the 30th, right before Halloween. So y'all got time that night to sit in here and let's get some information about SheEO Cares. So listen, KRIS, again, thank you so much for being here. This has been an awesome interview. I have enjoyed every bit of it. And if y'all don't remember anything else, y'all know KRIS is all about love. Go out here, do your homework, show up, make people understand that when they leave your presence, they leave it better, right? And that's being part of the SheEO District as well. Connect so that you can always lead people better than what you met them. So I hope you all have a great, wonderful, amazing night. The week is going to be beautiful. And follow KRIS. I'm telling y'all, y'all already heard her say all these things, baby. So you're going to learn something. You better get with Olivia Pope Jr. from Tennessee State University, right?
Hey.
Yay.
Yes, you say go Big Blue, baby. And I'll see y'all Saturday night at the fashion show.
Yes, make sure y'all get there. All right, y'all take care. Hey. How you need to make things happen, right? This is 2023, baby, and we are unapologetically showing up, running our business, living our lives, and we are SheEO Center Stage. Miss Lene.
Yeah.
Tell us, honey, about these whoopie pies and how you got started in the business.
Wow, that is a short but long story. I actually started baking at 6. Hello, everyone. I am Renatha Lene Mitchell, and the owner and chef of Lene's Whoopie Pies and Pastry.
Hey ladies, have you heard about the SheEO Center Stage? If you have not, then please go to the page, check out some of our recent broadcasts, and then go to the SheEODistrict.com, click on programs, go to SheEO Center Stage, and then register so that we can showcase you on the center stage. That's right, it's an opportunity for you to get increased visibility for your business. And not only that, you establish your credibility in your chosen niche, and you promote your products and your services. You let people know who you are, and it's just going to change the game and help your bottom line altogether. And that's what it's all about, positioning yourself and your business to be seen by the masses. So listen, go ahead, sign up, register now so that I can be talking to you on Monday nights on the SheEO Center Stage. I will see you there. Welcome to Center Stage.